Hello and welcome everyone to this week's weekly online session where we come together each and every week and you get a chance to hear from some of our top team leaders from around the world or one of our corporate executives. It's my privilege to get to host today's session and really have a lot to cover tonight. So we're going to go quite rapid through these slides and cover a lot of information in a short period of time. My name is Gary Hasson and I'm recording this from our corporate office here in Utah. And a lot of excitement with the Olympics these last 10 days, ending last night, Sunday evening, with the closing ceremonies in Rio. I actually lived in Brazil for a while and speak Portuguese, so I love this Olympics. And you can see our products made it down into Brazil, as well as here's an exciting picture of a gold medalist from Italy, one of their cyclists, and he's literally full of emotion and broke down in tears. And if you look over to the right here on the table, you can see our Agel Pro proudly displayed there. And the athletes around the world know the benefits of the Agel products, and it was great to see Agel pop up in different places over the last little while. Now, speaking of Agel products around the world, here is an event in Mexico last week with Ana Garcia and her leadership team down in Mexico. We had an event last weekend with three powerhouse executives, with our CEO and founder, Mr. Glenn Jensen, with Agel, and the JRJR Network chairman of the board, John Rashawn Sr., and the CEO, John Rashawn Jr., and then, of course, we had our top incomers, Alberto and Patricia Ceccarelli. We had Felipe Leal and his wife, and so many others, Felipe, and representation from Colombia, Argentina, Mexico, Italy. And I'll tell you, this is the first time that we've had these three gentlemen in the same room with team leaders traveling, doing events. So things are heating up here at the end of August as we prepare for our prime growth season this fall. And we just came off an incredible cruise promotion, a rewards trip for leaders from around the world. This was on a Royal Caribbean cruise ship. Here's a picture of some of the group holding up the products, proudly displaying them on the Jewel of the Seas and the Caribbean, Mediterranean cruise. Here's some of the award recipients at the Gala Black Tie event, dinner and recognition ceremony with our CEO and founder up here in the top center, Mr. Glenn Jensen. That was an exciting event. I was fortunate to attend that with my wife, Melissa, and we had a great time with these leaders. They definitely know how to play and have fun. Here's on the beach. We got to enjoy the beaches all over the Mediterranean, beautiful blue water. Agel was represented on the cruise ship in the gym, as you can see here, with some of our Thai group and leaders represented in the hot tubs, having fun all over that boat. The Dream Team, the Agel Dream Team, was playing during the Olympics and took on anyone who wanted to step on the court and challenge us. So that was a fun time. You can just see the blue water, and everyone just had a great time. And the reason I want to share this with you is because I want you to understand that we do this several times a year, and you have a chance to participate. It's sure nice to travel, but it's even better when somebody else pays for it. You can qualify for these trips, and it's just a great time to spend time with the executives of the company, as well as the top leaders from around the world, and people like yourself who may be fairly new but run at these specific promotions. Travel to incredible landmarks. Here's one of our leaders at the tower, Leaning Tower of Pisa in Italy. Here's the Colosseum in Rome. A couple of our Agel's well represented there with some of our leaders holding that product. Here is the Ephesus in Turkey. So we were in Italy, Turkey, and here's our again Agel products represented well. Here in Santorini on the island, one of the Greek Isles, one of the most beautiful locations that I've traveled in the world. The water is just incredibly blue clear water, and you see these buildings are all whitewashed with blue roofs. As we were approaching, I thought I was seeing snow-capped mountains or snow-capped islands, yet it was these buildings that are whitewashed and just beautiful from a distance, and even better up close. Here's one of our diamond leaders, Joy from Thailand, enjoying the scenes. We celebrated birthdays. Our CEO and founder Glenn Jensen and his wife Kathy, and 3 of our team leaders that were celebrating birthdays on the boat that week. A lot of fun, and all the sights we saw, all the fun times we had together. Unfortunately, that had to come to an end, and hop on the planes and head back home like Toon here holding up her Umi, but they can't take our products away. The memories don't have to end. The relationships, the friendships don't have to end, and we are excited for the up-and-coming promotions and incentives that are taking place. So make sure that you're on that next trip. If you didn't get a chance to see some of the other photos and videos, they're all available on our Facebook.com/Agel page, as well as our YouTube channel. Make sure you get to see some of those videos and get to know some of these people and find out what they did to qualify for these promotions so you can be on the next one. Now, we like to spotlight a product each and every week, and amazing as it may seem, we have not spotlighted XO yet, and I want to talk about this product because it is one of the first 4 products that we launched the company with back in 2005. We launched with 4 products: XO, Fit, Ohm, and Min. And XO is a combination of, it's a perfectly blended, unique blend of exotic fruits and plant extracts. At the time we launched this back in 2005, there were a lot of juice companies. We even kind of joked about there being a Juice of the Month club, because it seemed like there was always some juice with some, powerful berry that had these powerful, health benefits. And I'm not mocking that. We know there's benefits, but why not combine all of those into one single serving packet? And that's exactly what gel suspension technology that Glenn Jensen, the innovation that he had to make it available to put that in a single serving gel pack. These natural occurring antioxidants from for example, dark grapes, blueberry, cranberry, pomegranate, elderberry, prune, noni juice, bilberry, wolfberry, aloe vera juice. What else is on there? Sea buckthorn, mangosteen, rooibos, acai berry, and it just makes sense. If you open a bottle of juice, you have to refrigerate. It begins to oxidize. Our product is in a convenient single-serving gel pack, and what's flattering is there are about a dozen other companies that have tried to copy Agel's gel suspension technology. That's exciting. It's still relevant 10 years after we launched this company, and I can tell you things are just getting even more exciting. So make sure you're taking your XO on a regular basis and the people you care about. Let's talk a little bit about the history of Agel now. I want to shift gears and talk about a push we're making here to pretty much not relaunch the company, but enter that next phase. We talked about Agel 1.0, and that's when Mr. Glenn Jensen was here with the company. He innovated gel suspension, came up with gel suspension technology in 2005. We launched 60 countries in 60 months. After that period of time, we had incredible sales. Nobody ever opened 60 countries in 60 months. We were doing about 15 million a month in sales, and the investors, investment group that funded Agel initially did a takeover and asked Glenn to step down from the company, which he did, and they brought in new management. Glenn went off and did some other things for a season, and during that time you can see the sales. When you lose your founder, it's almost like how could Apple fire Steve Jobs? That's just mind-boggling that they would do that. And we know what happened. The company started to tank, and then they got smart and brought Steve Jobs back. Well, the company dropped from 15 million a month down to about 3 million a month. And that's when JRJR, a New York Stock Exchange company, came in, stepped in, acquired Agel, and began to turn the company around. And part of that turnaround was inviting Mr. Glenn Jensen to return to the company. And I'll tell you, the world heard that announcement, and they took note, and they're watching. And we've got leaders re-engaging that were with us in the early days. We've got leaders coming back that left and are returning. We have new leaders that see what's happening. We have people that have never been involved in network marketing joining our company today. And that is exciting for everybody involved. Now, let's talk about how you can benefit. It is a new day. We talk Agile 2020 here at the office because we have a clear vision, 2020 vision, but we have some aggressive goals for the next 4 years to get us to the year 2020. We're in 2016, of course, right now. We have new vision, new leadership here at the corporate office. Guys like, David Call and Harold Judd, who have been owners and top executives and presidents of companies, and Mr. Brad Stewart. I mean, this guy, he's had every title you can imagine and is just dynamite. If you haven't met some of these new executives, you're going to. We have existing executives that have been here that have stayed the course since the company launched. And of course, new innovations. You're gonna see some exciting technology and products, and of course, new branding for you, new tools to help you grow your business. Now let's talk a little bit about this extreme ownership and taking charge. Let's focus on this left side of this chart here. David Call kind of related a story about a Wendy's hamburger franchise down near where he lives that was under construction. And even though it was being remodeled and it was a mess and you could tell it was a disaster, they were still open for business. The drive-in window was still open, and they were having specials. They were still handing out burgers and drinks and fries. And yes, it's here. They're still there, and we're still here at Agile. Even though we're going through some construction, we're under construction, we've got some things that we're working on to really grow this company to the next level. And going from old school to new school, as you can see here on the right, and in this visual construction with JRJR Networks as the foundation and Agile Enterprises growing on top of that. It is a new day, and we are a stable startup, and a very significant startup, in fact, and we're going to make it worth your while to really re-engage here and get up an hour earlier and stay up an hour later. Think about it. Agile is over 10 years old. Do you realize that 90% of the companies never even make it to their 8th year? And we have passed that test. So many people are out there looking to get involved with a startup, and they want to be first. Well, unfortunately, most of those companies don't make it. We were there at one time. I know. I was one of the first distributors with this company, and now as a corporate executive, I know how difficult it can be for a startup company. I've helped start companies on the corporate side. I was the president of another startup company before Glenn Jensen invited me back to come to Agile. So I know what it's like, and that 10 plus, that foundation to build upon is valuable. We're backed up by our parent company, a New York Stock Exchange firm. We've done over close to $1 billion in sales, cumulative sales since Glenn started the company. Paid out over $400 million in commissions. We're in 50 countries, ladies and gentlemen. Do you realize that? Most of these startup companies are 1 or 2 countries. You can live anywhere in the world and do business in 50 other countries. That's pretty exciting. All online. The branding is going to improve and evolve. New products. The U.S. market. This is what I want to talk about. Of course, I'm here in the U.S. Agile is headquartered in the United States. You may not live in the United States, but just put on the goggles and the blinders here and think about Agile being ground zero in the U.S. I was there in the beginning. As you heard, we opened up 60 countries in 60 months, and there was not a lot of focus on any specific country. In fact, there was very little focus on the U.S. because things just really took off in some of these international markets. They love products made in the U.S. They want to be part of a U.S. company, and the economy was doing well here in America, and it's fluctuated, of course, every few years, but the business really shifted outside of the U.S., and the focus was on some of the countries in Asia and Europe and Latin America, and there was really no strong traction here in the U.S. Why that is, I just explained. We were very fractioned very spread out, and things have consolidated a little bit, and we want to shift our focus on the largest market in the world, and that is the United States. Now, while we're under construction, we're looking for key leaders, and we're going to make it worthwhile to stop by our drive-up window during this construction season. Now, what is that season? Well, it's from now until July 15th of 2017. Okay, you know somebody that lives in the United States if you don't personally live here. And if for some reason you don't know somebody who lives in the United States, I can almost guarantee that you know somebody who knows somebody in the United States. And you can say, I'm expanding my business into the United States. Who do you know that would like to own their own business? Or who do you know that's health conscious and would like to learn about some innovative wellness products? And show them our short videos, send them to your website, and learn about our products. Again, our three-step system to building the business is we connect with people, we share the Agel story, and then we help them get started, either as a customer or as a team member. So what's in it for you during this season? Well, we're going to give you double your value for the startup silver pack. Let's talk about that. Your first order bonuses are going to be double payout, and the qualification, your auto ship is there's going to be some added value. Let's talk about that. So when somebody comes in, we have different packages. We have the silver, the gold, we have the professional pack, and the middle pack is this silver pack, and it's going to set somebody back. It's worth 350 CV, but the price is $429 US. They get 3 XO, 2 green, and 2 min in this silver pack during this, if they choose this double down promotion. What does that get them if they buy the silver pack? Well, for one, let's start here. It gives them the gold pack benefits, which is going to set them back about $1,000 if they buy that gold pack. The gold pack's still available. There's still benefits of that package. And the gold pack, when you purchase that, you get 3 business centers instead of 1. Typically with the silver pack, you just get 1 position in the tree. With the gold pack, or during this promotion, the double down silver pack promotion, you actually come in at half the price, you get the same benefits of the gold package, and you also qualify for the executive bonus. Okay, so when I say double of the executive bonus, or the double the first order bonus payout, what does that mean? Well, typically it's $75 US. We're going to pay you double that, $150 US. For bringing somebody in a kit that costs them $429 is the wholesale cost. Shipping and tax is going to put it around $500 US, but it gets even better. We're going to throw in about another $600 of product. 2 of our premium ageless Caspi skincare systems that wholesale at $299 each. So what are you getting? You're getting a total value package valued at over $1,000. It's going to cost you less than $500 US. You're going to get the benefits of the gold package, and it gets better. If you maintain at least a 50-point CV, you're going to get a product of the month. We're going to start you off with the Flex Rod that has a value of $26. Okay, just for buying a product that has a 50 CV, it probably costs you around $60 US. You're going to get a product about half that price for free. Okay, and if you stay on auto ship for 12 months, we're going to throw in a free set of Caspi valued at $299. Okay, so this is a double down promotion. You can get the information on the website or contact here at the corporate office. We're going to beta run this here in the United States. Depending on the acceptance and the involvement, we may roll this out to other countries, but due to programming and product registration issues and other things, we're only able to make this available right now in the United States. But we're going to have other special promotions going on in other markets, so stay tuned. But now the focus is on the United States, and this is what we kind of call the low-hanging fruit. I'll give you an example. I've got about a dozen fruit trees in my backyard. We have a big garden where we grow vegetables during the summer, and our fruit trees right now, just this morning exactly, I went out and hand-picked some peaches. There's not a fruit that I love more pulling off a fruit tree than a nice, fresh, juicy peach. And you know, some of our fruit trees are pretty tall, and I have to get out a ladder, and I have to climb up to the top, and it takes a lot more effort to pull that fruit off the top of the tree. For example, my apple trees are significantly taller than our peach trees, but I like just walking out in the morning when I wake up, and it's still cool in the morning. All I have to do is just kind of reach out. I don't have to get a ladder, just reach out, grab a nice ripe peach off the tree, and I can take some in, and my family, my kids can eat some before they go off to school. And there's not a lot of effort. We call that the low-hanging fruit. That's where we are right now in the United States. It is the low-hanging fruit. It's where our company's headquartered. We can get the product to most homes in the United States through FedEx and UPS. The infrastructure's in place, the banking system. It's just so much easier to do business here. Are we doing business in 50 countries? Of course we are, but it's not quite as easy as many of you, and we're going to make those markets a lot easier to do business in the coming months and years. But for now, this promotion is to get the U.S. back on track, to get some traction here, and you could be one of those leaders, and it could be one of the people that you bring in that could be one of those leaders. How did some of these international markets start? Well, somebody in the U.S. sponsored them, okay? And our big event coming up is Agel World in Rimini in 2017, February 10th, 11th, and 12th. Here's what I can tell you. If you want to be seen a leader in this company, you need to be at that event. This will be a historical event in Agel's history. With the return of Mr. Glenn Jensen, with the increased resources being allocated, do you realize that we've been running our manufacturing facilities double shifts to catch up with the demand of our products since Glenn has returned over the last 90 days? I'm reading a book right now called Leading Leaders to Leadership by John Furman, and he says, follow your decisions with action. Whether things are ideal or not, success comes in the doing. We all make decisions throughout the day, but it doesn't do any good if we don't take action. And sometimes we make decisions and the circumstances are not ideal, but we need to take action, and that's where success comes. What you need to decide right now is, what are you going to do when everything doesn't go exactly as planned? Because I can tell you right now, things aren't going to be perfect. There are going to be some challenges between now and the end of 2017. Just because our original founder and CEO, Glenn Jensen's back, doesn't mean everything's perfect. It'll never be perfect. We'll never have the perfect compensation plan or the perfect product line or the perfect management team. As good as the team that Glenn's assembled here, we're not perfect. As good as the leadership that we're attracting right now, they're human beings, okay? They make mistakes, as do we here at corporate. Our products are amazing products. Are there better products out there? Are our products perfect? Of course they're not. We have amazing products. But again, if you're looking for the perfect world, it just doesn't exist. It is what you make it. And your success comes from getting in and making things happen here at Agel. You have a chance to become one of the, there's a leadership vacuum right now at the top of this company. For this global company that's going to grow at the rate we are, we have phenomenal leadership. But some of these leaders are ready to pass the baton. If you see the Olympics, you know, they've given it their all. They're running hard, and they're not going to quit. They're still part of the team, but they want to pass that baton of leadership to somebody new that's fresh and full of energy, and their legs are fresh and they're not winded. And some of these leaders want to take a little bit of rest. They're not ready to retire, but they want some team members to partner up with, that have the vision and the passion that they have to make things happen. Now, another promotion that's going on in many of the countries is our summer promotion that's ending in August here in the United States. And this is a chance to hit the Premier Club, which you can get recognition every month by hitting the Premier Club and getting a lapel pin, but you're going to get an additional $200 added to your virtual account. And we're going to give you a complete set of Caspi, our skincare line, that's valued at $299 wholesale, just by hitting the Premier Club, ladies and gentlemen. Understand, this is for doing what you'd already do in the compensation plan to earn income, to get recognized as a Premier Club member. And if you help 4 people do the same, there's added benefits. That's why we're calling the 4x4 promotion. Brad Stewart just returned from Russia. I think he said they had 50 people qualified just in Russia alone last month. Some countries are really excited about this promotion. They're running hard, and I hope that you have caught the vision for this promotion and the leadership, the vision. Your status as a leader will rise as you hit the Premier Club and the President's Club, and you rank advance every month. And you're helping other people rank advance every month. Now, one of the things that helps leaders is by focusing on personal development. And here's a book by my friend Todd Smith. I worked with Todd for many years, and we've stayed in touch over the years. I think we met 25 years ago. Lives in Florida, a top income earner in our profession. And he wrote this book, Little Things Matter. And he made it available to our team members for free for the month of August. If you go to the link, if you didn't already download this, I announced this on August 3rd. We always announce a book of the month near in that first week of each month for the leaders to read together and discuss with their teams, and we read it here at corporate. If you go back to August 3rd posting on Facebook, there's a link there that you can download the ebook version as well as the audio version. Now, this is huge. I strongly recommend you send a thank you to Todd if you download and access it, and buy a hard copy for your library. My 14-year-old just read this book 2 weeks ago. I pay my kids to read books. We don't pay them allowance. We pay them to read books, and whatever the cost of the book is, we give them that in cash as long as they write a one-page summary report. My 14-year-old wrote this summary, actually picked 10 of the top 100, and he's number 5 of our 6 kids, and he sent that report, he put it in an email and sent it to his 4 older siblings who are 2 of them are college graduates, 2 of them are in college right now, are college students as well, and as well as his younger sister who's 8. So he sent this summary to all of his siblings, and some of them have actually read the book. So I strongly recommend you get this book, read it. It will impact your life in a positive way. And finally, I hope that you join us here each and every week. We are going to have some phenomenal leaders participate with us in the coming weeks. These are held in English. We try to pull leaders from international markets that obviously English may not be their primary language, that there are a lot of our top leaders do speak some English. We're going to start implementing other webinars in Spanish and Italian and Russian and Chinese and Japanese. If you're a leader that speaks a second language, let us know. We'd like to start showcasing you on some of these webinars. Make sure you're here each and every week. If you catch it in the recorded format, share that with your teams. We always post these sessions on Facebook and Agel. We used to do them live, but now moving forward, we're going to pre-record these so that we get a good recording, and then you can listen to it at your convenience. But in most cases, this information is time dated. It's time sensitive. You want to listen to these as soon as possible. Sometimes we may put it off to later, and sometimes later never happens. Before you know it, a week or two's gone by, and the information is going to be expired, and you may have missed out on something very valuable. So please listen to these as soon as they come out. You can download them to your devices and take it with you when you're traveling and back and forth in your commutes and while you're exercising. And I strongly recommend you make this part of your weekly method of operation in your Agile business. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure being here with you. God bless you. Goodbye for now.